Introduction and welcome, where I'll give you a brief overview of the cybersecurity landscape. We have the guest speaker presentations and question and answer session. It's going to be a very brief one. We won't take much of your time. Texas Business School is dedicated to empowering future leaders through technology-focused education. We provide industry-level training in areas like artificial intelligence, cybersecurity, and SAP S/4HANA, combining business theory with hands-on software applications and vendor certifications. Our mission is to equip individuals with skills needed to thrive in today's tech-driven world, whether they're advancing their careers or entering the industry. With flexible online courses, expert faculty, and a commitment to innovation and leadership, we prepare students to make a lasting impact across industries. Welcome again to Elevate Your Cybersecurity Career webinar hosted by Texas Business School. As cyber threats grow in complexity, the need for skilled cybersecurity professionals is at an all-time high. In today's digital world, protecting data and infrastructure is crucial for businesses everywhere. This session will provide valuable insights from industry experts on cloud security, enterprise transformation, and essential cybersecurity practices. Whether you're advancing your career or expanding your knowledge, this webinar is designed to help you excel in the evolving field of cybersecurity. Let's dive right into it. So we would be welcoming one of our speakers who would come in briefly, an enterprise solution professional with 15 years plus years in project management, IT services, and SAP digital transformation. Specializing in SAP S/4HANA and related solutions, he leads agile projects using SAP Activate methodology. His expertise includes SAP Logistics, Finance, HCM, Cloud Architecture, and DevOps, with additional skills in compliance and cloud platforms. He is a certified SAP trainer, AWS Cloud Solution Architect, and Scrum Master, known for his strong communication and public speaking abilities. Let us welcome Lucky Ayer. He'll be speaking with us today all the way from Houston, Texas.
Good day, everyone. Okay, thank you. Oh, I'm just trying to fix how this thing looks. Yeah, good day, everyone. My name is Lucky. I just want to give a brief presentation about who we are here at Texas Business School. Today, we are just talking about cybersecurity. I want to assume, 1 second, I just need to show my screen. Okay, yeah. Thank you. I want to talk about Texas Business School. And we're here, and the assumption is for anyone who is here, you don't know anything about cybersecurity. What we are doing here is to spur your interest into cybersecurity, and for people who are not in cybersecurity to see how they can actually get into cybersecurity and why Texas Business School would be choice place to actually proceed with such dreams. I just want to, before we have the next speaker talk, I want to tell you just a little about Texas Business School, maybe very much unofficially, and maybe to a bit of understanding. So just take like 5 minutes to do that. So I am the head of faculties at Texas Business School. One second, my board is deleted here. I am the head of faculties here at Texas Business School. And who are we? And what do we stand for? Yeah, at TBS for short, we are an academic institution for post-secondary education. So for people who actually need some form of training outside basic education, because basic education is assumed to be the first 12 years of school, which is elementary and high school. And so those are focus are people who have actually gone beyond that level, outside that level. So so for someone who has not had basic education, maybe not so much of what we do may be very relevant. So we'll focus on immigrants around North America and the Europe region. The reason is because it's really easy for people to migrate to the West. Before now, we have always have this certificate dichotomy. People don't know how they can actually fit in. And for a lot of us, we have been able to break this barrier. And it's the right education we can get there. So our focus are actually for people who are immigrants in this region, not to say that there are not people from Africa that actually get from it. And we pass functional skill. So skill to function. So it's not just about the paper, it's about the skill to function. I think what I have here should be feedback. So for us at Texas Business School, our focus are for immigrants, and we actually want you to have skills that will make you function, irrespective of where you are. What are the authorizations? For TBS, we are authorized by the Secretary of State of Texas, the U.S. Internal Revenue Service as an educational institution, the Texas Workforce Commission that needs to license any academic training institutes around Texas, also with the career schools membership around Texas, and then with the U.S. Department of Education for the database of schools that are accredited based on where we're actually looking at. We are also on that. So for Texas Business School, that's that. Now, who are the people who teach for us at Texas Business School? Because that's one of the things we focus on. They are working professionals. So you're sure that the people that actually get to teach you are people who understand what it means to be in the field. So of course, they also have ability to pass knowledge, and that's teaching, and also are using experience and even life systems. In some cases, it's a lot when you interact with somebody who has a lot of experience in the field. And so that makes it a lot easy for you. And then sometimes a lot of this technology are that for people who have actually gone high, you find out that we don't have people of it's either you don't have people of African descent. So people struggle when you're actually talking about maybe if you're dealing with people who are like Asians and stuff like that. And so one of the points or things we're trying to achieve here is to see that we can break those barriers and have people get get knowledge in the way that they can actually get to understand. And so we also for consultation and mentorship. So we don't just leave people. And so they still we still take you on to make sure that you actually get yourself functional. Remember, because it's put secondary, we are talking about why you are taking this knowledge is to function, and in most cases, it has to do with job. And most of the people who are actually facilitators, teachers in Texas Business School work with companies like Deloitte, Accenture, KPMG, like myself, I've had jobs to do. Wiley, one of us who was also doing things with Bank of America here in the US. And of course, facilitators are certified and experienced. So I think I'll talk more about us after our next presentation. But however, before then, before I give up to our next speaker, because I'm still going to come up again to talk, it's we do have a student service, and we want to monitor to look at see that every classes are running as supposed. We have continuous feedback mechanism to be sure people are learning, um, students, and then of course structured tuition to be sure that people can actually afford the fees, and exposure to advisory board. You need to go and see, probably if you visit our website, you see the advisory board members. We're talking about people who are actually currently and have been to worked in places like IBM, Apple, and I mean there are people who are still in this kind of places. So our students service exposes us to some of these people at the level of when we learn, and also after learning in mentorship, and maybe I'll talk more around career service. And at the end of the day, we also, because we are regulated, there are tests that every training has to take, and at the end of that test, we need to have people who are actually giving certificates, and those when you get a Texas Business certificate, it is not just at Texas Business School. It goes to everybody who regulates us. And I guess it would be nice to actually get a certificate like Kimberly, and maybe be a cybersecurity analyst, or if that is your line by the time we are through today. So what we're here to is to tell you more about what cybersecurity really is, because there are a lot people are saying so much, and then what and how can you start. So I'll talk about cybersecurity and a little about career services, which is um, one key area, which has talk about your jobs, what happens after these trainings, internship references, and all the rest. So, but that will be after the last presenter. So, over to you, or back to you, Courage.
Thank you very much, sir. Okay, so let's welcome the next speaker, who is our keynote speaker for today, a senior cyber and cloud security engineer and security architect at Bank of America, where he leads the Security Operations Center and Cyber Incident Response Team, with extensive experience in Windows Server administration, Active Directory, Office 365, and VMware. Sahid specializes in cybersecurity architecture and cloud security. Recently certified as a certified information security manager, he brings strong leadership and technical expertise to managing and securing complex IT environments. Welcome, Mr. Sahid Olawale.
Hey, good day, everybody. Let me try to bring myself on camera a little. All right, good day, everybody. Let me present my Excuse me. Yeah. Yeah. Can you see my screen?
Yes, sir, please, we can.
All right. So, thank you for having me today. My name is Saeed Olawale Busari. I'm also I'm into cybersecurity with over 26 years experience in IT as a whole, but being in cybersecurity for the last 10 years has been I would say it's just been a blessing, and it's been a hard work over the years. But anyway, like the last speaker said, my name is Saidola Ali Busari, and I'm a senior cybersecurity engineer at Bank of America. But you know, the funny thing is, about last month, I just switched into West Fargo for some reason. I don't know. But most time it's always about money anyway. So I just switched in last month from Bank of America to West Fargo, but I'm yet to update that on my what's it called? On my LinkedIn. So basically
That's
when you talk
sorry, that's wonderful. Congratulations, Wale.
uh,
I
thank you.
didn't I didn't know that,
All right,
but that's wonderful.
all right, thank you so much. I just add that. And apart from being in working with Bank of America, I have a couple of companies that I do consult for. Like I work yesterday from 7 o'clock in the morning till 9 p.m. in the morning. So I have some company I work for on a part-time basis. They have issue with their security issue. I have some security issue that I handles for them. So that's just one thing about cybersecurity. Then what is the reason for cybersecurity is just that the demand for the cybersecurity professional is more than enough. And I can tell you absolutely, as far as America is concerned, or Western world, or anywhere in the world, the demand for cybersecurity is gonna be outrageous with the advent of AI and this electric vehicle, everything going digital these days. So it's gonna make everybody there is always need for cybersecurity professionals every day because of the industry-wide need, because the rising digitalization is in sectors like banking, finance industry. Let's talk about government, health industry. Everybody want to be digitalized, and the moment you go online, immediately you need what is called cybersecurity. And everything about cybersecurity recently is all about web. So you need to see yourself about, rather than having an application on a desktop, everything now application is called web application. So everything run on URL. So there is always a need for cybersecurity. And I will tell you something, don't be surprised you're driving an electric vehicle recently, then you are holding, and then your car can be stopped at any point in time. That is where we get into. And the rate at which the AI is coming up, there is always need for cybersecurity, because for every technology that is invented that is online, there is tendency of breaking through it through some hacking system. And that's why we have different kind of cybersecurity sector. It's very, very broad. I can't name it all, but the basic thing is that there are top jobs in cybersecurity like security analyst, penetration tester, uh, IT audit, ethical hacking, SOC analyst. There is You need to understand security analyst, security engineer, security architect. These are all these kind of categories of work that you talk about when it comes to cybersecurity. But a couple of people, everything is under SOC analyst, because as you grow, you get to understand more in this. But the reason is just the main reason is that in this world, I would just ask everybody to go into computer science or whatever you want to do. And one advantage of this cybersecurity in this age is you don't have to be a degree holder. After, just like the speaker said, once you graduate from your secondary school, you can become whatever you want to become in cybersecurity, because the role is very, very broad, and the demand for cybersecurity, security professional is on the high. And then when you talk about security operation, I will just write a little bit about SOC professionals. We have some the SOC professionals. What do? They monitor, dictate, and respond to cybersecurity threat in a real time. So you do this by using different kind of tools like Microsoft Defender, your SIM tools, your IDS, IPS. You might want to learn more about this in this course of the training. By the time you attend this training, you're going to learn more about what is IDS, IPS, and then IPS, IDS, SIM tools. These are the essential tools that is mainly used, irrespective of anything. And then you get to learn more about proxy. You get to learn more about proxy. So for you to be a cybersecurity security operation professional, you must ready to learn. And then you must ready to learn either fast or you must ready to learn with time. But I bet you whatsoever you put in this course of training, I give you 100%, you're going to get your money back. Any kind of investment. And precisely going through Texas Business School is a very, very awesome thing. Like myself, I'm a professional. I say want to have a certificate of Texas Business School because I've been in Texas for almost a couple of years. But having added Texas Business School certificate to my certificate is a plus. So I just wanted to realize that it's going to be a great opportunity for you if you attend. And then there are a lot of certifications that you need to get when you talk about cybersecurity or security operations, security professional. We have certification like CISA plus, CISSP, CISM, CISA. There are a couple of them, but you just want to try to make sure you attend this training. And this training is just is not all about train you to go and get train you to just go home. Is the hands-on training. And I bet you I'm part of those person that will be teaching you in this course of training. And when I give you a real life scenario, I tell you, you have it 100%. No elsewhere. What you have in the industry is exactly what you're going to have. So if I'm telling you, and I think you should be able to believe it with my experience in the industry. Now, so there are a lot of other tools, SOC analyst toolkit that you might just really want to learn more. We have some people who are into threat hunting and analysis. These are SOC teams that deal with threat. Every day there is always a threat. A couple of you might not understand what is called a threat right now because you just feel like, oh, once I lock my door, I think my house is protected. But sometimes you lock your door, but there's some people that comes in that say, when you lock your door, I can talk to your child, get your key, and go and open the door. That's something called social engineering. A couple of things you want to learn over this. So we have some people called threat hunting analysis, we have incident response, and then a couple of them that you want to learn in this course of this training. But the industry impact is such that with industry relies on uninterrupted digital operations like SOC rules are pivotal to maintain stability and security. So security operations are the one that manages the security and the stability of security in every organization. And I tell you, you're going to learn a couple of tools like even myself, I was on a project yesterday. Like I said, I have some contract I did. I was in a project. It's because of my criteria, because of my resume, because of my profile. That's why I get some jobs like as a contract. And it's kind of very difficult for you to get that. I have to be sincere with you. So right now, apart from my regular 8 to 5, I have some companies that I do manage their infrastructure for them. They just come, oh, we hire you on a contract basis. And just imagine I work like $70 an hour for like 5 hours. I went to sleep. And if I want to extend that 5 hours to 10 hours, I have the right to do that. But I just feel that's enough for that. So but sometimes I work like 15, 20 hours a week. Just imagine, apart from my regular. So the benefit in this cybersecurity or security, SOC security, whatever the security is very, very enormous. And I have a couple of friends. I don't know, maybe they're here too. I have a friend that earn $500,000 every year. You want to imagine that you earning 500K every month, every year. So that means if you work for like 5 years, if you work for like 2 years, you're already $1 million. So that's where it can take you to when it comes to security. Then we have a couple of other areas in security, like penetration tester. There is a lot of career that you can go through when it comes to cybersecurity. I think after this course of training, I don't want to say more, but after this course of my presentation, the host is going to tell you more about different course, different career, different area you can go when it comes to cybersecurity. Then Yeah, so we have penetration tester, we have ethical hackers, and then we have different kind of role in cybersecurity. We have a couple of them. We have compliance. So when it comes to cybersecurity, there are different categories, different area you can go into. And then the pathway is just that there is a high demand of cybersecurity as professional. And then the competitive salary and growth is very, very demanding. Like sometimes a couple of people want to earn six figure. By the time you earn six figure, you're gonna see that six figure is different from six figure. So it's very, very it's a fulfillment career anyway. So you might just want to try it, and then that will be the end of my presentation. So if anybody asks any question, I don't know, maybe it's right now to ask the question, or maybe at the end of the presentation, I'll be ready for you to answer any question. Thank you very much for listening to me. Hello?
Thank you very
Yeah,
much,
thank
Mr.
you.
Wale. Thank you so much. That was a wonderful presentation. Please, for anybody that has a question, kindly write it down somewhere. And we have a question and answer session where we would be attending to all our questions. Thank you very much, sir.
Welcome.
Cloud infrastructure, leading teams to improve system reliability, and driving innovations through automation and continuous deployment. Highly proficient in cloud platforms, and a broad range of technical skills, including Docker, React, Node.js, and various programming languages. Certified as an AWS Solutions Architect, Oracle OCP, Linux LPIC2, and Microsoft MCSE. This professional excels in adaptability, teamwork, and effective time management, passionate about leveraging cutting edge cloud services to shape the future of cloud technology. Let us welcome Mr. Lawrence Ehimwa. He'll be talking to us from Dublin. Welcome, sir.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much. 1 minute, please. I have to share my slide. Okay. You can see my screen, right? Can you see my screen?
Let's see your screen, no? Oh, yes, we can see your screen now.
Ms. Lawrence, can you see it?
Yeah,
Hello, Ms. Lawrence.
it's Lawrence there. Yeah, I think we're having some technical glitch from his end. Lawrence is speaking from Dublin, in Ireland. Wale just finished speaking from Dallas, in Texas. I am speaking from Houston, in Texas. Um, so
Sorry, I'm back. Yeah, I think you encourage somebody helped me encourage. Yeah, I think you're helping me to share the slide. I don't
Okay.
know. Yeah,
Can you see it now, sir?
yes. I
Okay.
think Zoom is. I don't know if it's a situation between Europe and America. I don't know, but Zoom has been acting up on my system. But that's fine. You could just help me flip it. I could send you a message privately. So when I need this slide moved on. My name is Lawrence, and you heard a little or more about me. That's fine. That's who I am.
Recording in progress.
I'm an IT professional, and that's where it stops. More into currently, I think the role I actually function as is more of the cloud. I'm good at the AWS cloud. They are the industry leading, and the GCP, the Google cloud, and also the Azure cloud. Have some good hands-on and I function in the roles in different clouds system. But currently working primarily on AWS cloud system. Please flip the slide for me. I'll be talking on cybersecurity. I listened to Wale, though I was on and off, but I think he has spoken so much about it and why you need cybersecurity and why you need to attend the cybersecurity program. Everything he said, it's so much, and I don't think I have more to add. But I will just quickly, in my short time, just talk about what cybersecurity, what different kinds of cybersecurity. Wale talked about the different form of security that you can encounter. Saying that you locked your house and all of a sudden somebody's there, you're driving your EV car, and while you're moving, somebody could go in and stop it. Yes, cybersecurity is wide, so wide that it embraces network security. Like that's what he was talking about. Once you're into the network, these devices we see nowadays are pushing into the network. Your smart TV is network connected, your phone's network connected. Every device these days are network connected. I think, in fact, the machine connection these days are so many that so much that is growing by the day. In fact, every machine is tending to be connected to the internet or to a certain network. It's not so pronounced, and you may not actually feel it, but the truth is every device has the capability to be smart. Even your switch, your bulbs, everything has capability to be smart. And we're going to the world where everything will be connected to the network. So network security is a very tough one, because if everything goes to the network, most of the clients, because these days, with time from the past, everybody that talks about the PCs are professionals, professional clients. You should go to a settings where they use computer. These are the computer specialists and the rest of them. Then we'll move on to users, people who have some level of knowledge of IT. But now you see, we're going back to the low-end users as people that have no idea. You just pick up a device and they know you're connected to the internet. And you see, when these clients can easily be thrown off when there are issues like break-in, hacks, and the rest of them, because they have no idea of that. So that's why network security is a very tough one to bring different industries down. In some countries, banks and other places are scared to even put transfers on the mobile net. You'll be surprised. I'm talking of third world countries, I'm talking of first world countries, Western worlds. There are some banks that their security, they are so tight off with their security because some clients will not even put their money on their, or even subscribe to their mobile app. They still advertise it. Some don't even want to use their card on their system. You still see this fear of ATM and the rest of them because of security. So network security is a very tough part of cybersecurity. Application security, like I mentioned, devices, software, these are what drives devices. Information security, safeguarding data privacy. This is what's in the European Union. This is a very tough one. Some of our countries, like in the third world country, don't look at data as a very important thing. Your name, your PI data, like your identified data, those personal data that can be used to identify maybe your social security number, or like Nigeria, they have their bank ID numbers and the rest of them, or even your NIN or national numbers, or whatever numbers you have. These are identified information that could be, grabbed from any source or where you keep it. So how these data are protected is very important. So it's on information security. Operational security, how you handle processes. This is very important. Then look at that disaster recovery. You'll be wondering how this jumped into it. It's also very important when it's also part of security, because when we look at when we tend to expose our data, or maybe there is an exception in our company about a certain risk factor, we also look at how do we recover if there is a break. It is very important. How much you recover, that is also a very important, how will I put it now, a very important tool in decision making when we come to giving exceptions in security systems. Now, you see, how much do you recover? The end user educations. Yeah, this is also very important. You see, we need to educate, how to educate users on what to do on security. Recently, the security team in our company, what we do is that we share, we had it very in how would I put it now? We had it more frequently. We had to do it like 3 times a month, where we send this training to every staff in the organization, no matter your level. Even if you're in admin, you're in technical part, no matter the level you are, you send trainings every time to different staffs. And what we do is that we try to lecture them on security. Sometimes you may just go around and forget that you forget about security. You need to be conscious about security. So going down to end user education is also part of cybersecurity. One needs to know how to save a password. You'll be surprised that I think there was a data that was shared, and they said, so I think it was Google or one of these public service, and it says so many people that use weak password. There were over 60% of their users use weak password, and you'll be surprised. Somebody will just use a password as password in this 31st century. Yes. So you see, end user education is very, very important. Thank you for that. Okay. What I was saying is about how look at different types of net cybersecurity that you can the different angles cybersecurity actually happens. Now, as from the technical part to even the end user is very important. Cybersecurity from networking to the user. It will be surprising to know that there are billions of records that are exposed annually. I think there was one time, even there was a board, this water board, or some of these devices, these industries in America, where I think they were hacked or something. Then in Europe, I think in Dublin, in Ireland, the NHS was hacked, and so many people's data were released or spread around. So you could be surprised that billions of records are exposed annually. What these hackers or these I'll call them threats, these evil cyber people do targets are medical, public sectors, like I said, the grid, network grids, like light power grids. They can target, water boards. They do target medical details from like banks and other things, and and it's very expensive when all these things happen. Like the NHS was brought down in Ireland as an example, and took days because services were down. They had to shut down everything. And you can imagine how much it took them to recover all these things. That's the current threat we face in terms of cybersecurity in the world currently. Can you please? Yeah. Okay, now also my slide, I also have to highlight. I know I'm picking a lot of things because this is just I'm just picking them. This is not a full class, just an introduction on what cyber threats is, what cyber security is, what cyber crime is, what all these things are, so that you have an idea of what you're about to learn or what the sector of IT you're about to face. So different types of cyber threats. We have the cyber crime, cyber attacks, cyber terrorism, cyber crime, the one that are financially motivated, cyber attack, like the one we hear on the news, the Russia, the Americans, the Chinese, whatever you hear them attacking themselves politically, these are cyber attacks. Cyber crime, these are the one user attack, like the scammers, the hackers, the ones that steal your information. Cyber terrorism, these are uh, hacks or attacks that cause fear to people, like shutting down a whole grid. Just why is there no light? Hackers went into your grid and shut down the grid, or stopping all the EV cars. Somebody could target Tesla, shut down the whole Tesla cars, things like that. These are cyber terrorism. These are the threats we are going to face currently, or we are facing, or I'll put it, we're prone to face them in the world of cyber in this world, or in the world of cyber technology. Okay, how does this cyber threat hit us? We have different kinds. We have the common ones. I just listed the common ones: the malwares, SQL injection, phishing, man in the middle attack, DDoS attack. We also have social engineering. It is, like I said, common ones. I missed to add social engineering, but that's also very common. Malwares, these are very important. They send them to your devices and they cause things, bad things to your devices, like the virus, the trojans, the spywares, the ransomwares, etc. I could go deeper, but time will not allow us to go deeper on each of them. But you get to learn all these things and what they are. Please go back. SQL injections, these are also attacks that hit your database. For those that understand database, understand what SQL injections are. Phishing, these are the ones that gets your information. You'll be surprised. Yes, not only putting a virus can somebody attack you, somebody can also phish you by sending you a link and says, hey, my name is Lawrence. I think try this file. I have a very important file for you, and you click on it and your information is being shared. The man in the middle attack, this is people that spoof your networks and pick things between connections. That is very high level. So things like this, you understand them. These are DDoS attack when they tend to flood your network with a certain traffic, and at the end of the day, you are down. They use that to attack you because your network is flooded. They find a way to pass their hack into your network and do dangerous things. These are different types of cyber threats or cyber attacks that can hit a system or a person. Please. Okay, these are recent identifier cyber crimes according to Norton. Is it Norton or McAfee? These are Drigex malware. There's a financial trojan that targets bank credentials. We have the romance scam. That's the scam that uses platform or dating platform to extract information from citizens, like asking them from things, what's your number or this and that, using somebody's how will I put it now, emotions to get this information. Emotech malware. This is malware that stretches through to sensitive data and propagate further attacks. It goes through phishing, goes through the file that someone or a link that is being sent to you. And when you actually go to those links, this malware is spread. This information was extracted from an antivirus website. These are the recent one currently that are hitting different users around the world. Please. Okay. Now, this information as a whole, it's talking about cyber threats, cyber attacks, what cybersecurity, what cybersecurity is. In details, we look at things that easily could help protect every user, like encryption, antivirus softwares, user education, like I said, which is very important. Now, you see, user education has to come here. Now I have to put user education here because even if, as you say, oh, these are cyber threats and the rest, everybody can just protect myself. I could encrypt my system. I could use an antivirus software. It doesn't stop there. That's for you. It's wider than that. We still need a cybersecurity expert to do many of the things I mentioned coming forward, even to educate other persons or who manage these things. Now, but these are things you could actually get to know to be able to be protected with all the threats I've been talking about. I know some of us are already scared. So if all these things are here, or what Wale have said, I don't think the world is safe. No, it's safe. There are basic things you can actually do to fend that off. And that is why we need more cyber security engineers to help us in this field. In fact, every company nowadays are trying to employ more cybersecurity engineers. In fact, security engineers are very respected and recognized in every aspect. The reason is because if you have an incident that has to do with security incidents, all the money the company is making will just go down, because the fact is no client want to hear that his data or his information was stolen, or one thing or another happens to his appliance or whatever it is. It can drain a company, it can throw a company of business. You see how important cyber security engineers are to a company. Now, if you look at the threats that happened, like I explained, if, for example, you're a company and you have a lot of customers, and one of your customers just got a message that contains all his data that is saved in your company, with that pedigree, that loses. There's so many companies that are folded up with these threats or these cyber intrusions into their company when data were actually released to the public. It affected them so much, and because of that, they actually lose market share. In fact, one of the reasons why some people use some phones, some devices over others are the case of cyber. You can imagine the America as a whole had to suspend Huawei just for fear of cyber attack, because they said they discovered there were some loopholes in their devices and the rest. So you can imagine how these cyber threats can actually bring down a company. So security engineers as a whole are very important in every industry or every company. It's a very important part of IT, to be honest. Okay, these are just tips on how to actually save yourself from cyber attacks, like updating your software, use such I talked about unique softwares, unique passwords. Like I said, it will surprise you that a third party, sorry, a public site or sets most of their users, 60% of them are using simple passwords, easy to guess password, using strong password, avoiding unknown link, avoiding public Wi-Fi or sensitive data. These are tips that can help you, that can save you from cyber attacks. Next, please. Like I talked about this, why cybersecurity matters. It's very important for data protection and to trust a digital transaction. If your systems are not secured, nobody will trust you. And global security support, a way to trust strengthens critical infrastructure worldwide, like things that control things that you need to do around the world. It's very important. And this is why cybersecurity is very important. This is just a slide to talk about it. Next, please. Okay. Now, like I said, cybersecurity is very important, and very important. It's like, I think, why you talk about a career in cybersecurity, down to it. Why do you need to be a cybersecurity engineer, or a cybersecurity professional? You could actually be in any sector. To be honest, you can work in any sector. Like I just explained, every sector now, every device is now being connected to the network. So you can imagine cybersecurity. I think I heard the former speaker talked about the fact that he would just advise everybody to be in computer science, and that's the truth, because every sector is actually using the computer. And added to that, everybody's going to the cloud, because nobody now keeps data, keeps data centers locally any longer, because you have a lot to do to secure them. So you see, the fact that every industry is going to the cloud, a cybersecurity engineer can work anywhere, because you can move between any sector of cybersecurity. You have competitive salary. I think the former speaker talked about that. The demand is high, because, like I said, even as an IT company, you need cybersecurity. Software company needs cybersecurity. I talked about software hacking and the rest of them. A network company, you need network security. Even the food industry, banking sector, whatever industry you fall in, like I said, even health, like HSC, heart, even the health sector, they need cybersecurity. So you see, the demand is high. And when demand comes in, our local economist tells us when there's demand, price always goes up. So you see, you have competitive salaries. And I heard an instance of somebody who ended locked one from the former speaker from being cybersecurity school. And you also make an impact. You see, apart from the career, the flexibility, the salary, you can see you then feel the part that you're contributing positively to the internet world. You have something you are doing, and you have offering, you actually contributing to the world positively. I think that's really one of the reasons. If that's one of the reasons why you should have. Sorry for that break. And that's all anyway. If you have these, if with these few points, I think like your career is a wide range of career to choose from, a wide range of sector to actually work when you have cybersecurity, when you're a cybersecurity professional. you have a lot of things when it comes to your salary. Is not something that goes low. You go ahead in the triples of zeros, 0, 0, 0, 0. That's how you be hitting it. And also, finally, you can contribute positively. You feel like a doctor will say, I'm a doctor because I can actually contribute to the society. So as a cybersecurity engineer, you can also contribute positively to the world. Thank you very much for listening. I had few time to actually round everything. Sorry if I was fast. But there'll be a question and answer section. I'll be back here to listen to you. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I want to take it before Lawrence. Yes, really nice. It's interesting. Lawrence is speaking from Dublin. We have worked together for years. Same with Wally, and just trying to tell people that the cybersecurity space has lots of opportunities. Whether you are in Africa or you are in any place. Lawrence is in Europe. Wally and myself are here in the US. The point is this: if there is a huge gap in the area of cybersecurity, then I think it's what's going into. Now, most times, there's a word that Lawrence was also ending with when he said, you get fulfilled. So the only time you can be fulfilled in what you do, that you are rendering solution, is when you know it, and that is what we are interested in. If you learn anything and you know it, you will love it because you are providing solution. So one of the things we look here at Texas Business School, it's not for people to come and get their names on that certificate. It's for you to have hands-on. So when you look at people like, Wally talks about a lot. I remember the last time I was at Wally's in Dallas. I think it was like, there was somebody that was coming to resume to take a job. There were too many roles available that one person has to take 2-3 jobs and earning, full time on each of these jobs. Most of these jobs are also available remotely. A few, not all. In as much as you can do them everywhere, but there are a number of them. For example, I know a good number of people who are working from Nigeria, and where they are working is in the US. So Lawrence talked about it. So some people want to wonder, where do I come in? There are a number of the data privacy. There's one of our advisory board members here, it's Tom Kras, he's a German. He's a data protection consultant with Hugo Boss. So it is still cybersecurity. So there are certain people who can be in different areas, depending on what. So I will just finally talk about our career services. That's what I want to talk about. 1 second, and then I'll give it up to my. Now I did talk. Then finally, besides us giving you the certificates, now what do? We have career services here at Texas Business School for resume preparation. So we want to look at resume preparation for job specific alignment. So rather than look at just your resume, we want to look at what is the cybersecurity job. So it means even before you start your training, you need to understand what those requirements are. So that's one of the things we also do, even when you're done with those trainings, to see that those what you're learning aligns with the objective of your course is in alignment with specific job roles. Of course, we have TBS, Texas Business School General Job Board, which there are opportunities for jobs, and then we give that. And there are specific ones we send to people who go through our training. And then we also have, more importantly, internship. Last time we had a webinar when we were talking about AI, Dr. Mike was here, and Dr. Mike is a data scientist, and he's also he's one of the persons taking the AI course on data science. And I mean, he runs a contract. He's in Toronto, and then he serves like 6 companies in different areas. So you can find out that it's so easy to get internship. So we cannot guarantee paid internship. But in terms of experience with the field, with a lot of people in our advisory board, definitely there are places. We have recommendations for some of those job references, and maybe some tips and some bits about interview preparation. So those are what we do to support whatever you have learned from us at Texas Business School. And finally, you can start with any of our courses. Like basically, if you see, I'll just only take this. We have different cybersecurity courses which you can, okay, sorry. This is Cybersecurity Essentials and from Texas Business School. So this is always a start for people who have not. It's not just a start. You are going somewhere. Here you are going to learn. You see what the essentials are, the course objective, each of the courses, how long it's going to take, how many hours, and the specific things you're going to be learning. They are all here. And how long this course is going to take, the course structure, and all what you're supposed to do, including the projects that you have at the end of the course. We have that for each of about 7 courses that we are running. You can actually get to us, and then we can give you. This is like the CISA for those who want to go into the non-technical areas of cybersecurity. Information auditor, you don't want to do the technicalities, like technical guys like Lawrence and Wally. But however, it's not about technicalities. They still have to know a number of these things. So you can also take the CISA course and other courses, including the penetration tester course and a number of them. But just talk to us, because what we try to do here at TBS is to ensure that you don't just take a course. You want to go for what is relevant and what can actually get you to where you want to. So when it comes to cybersecurity, just be sure that, imagine interacting with people like Lawrence, who has been over the years, over 2 decades of experience in various areas, web securities, web technologies. I mean, it may not be in the class, it could be in a project or in a study group and things like that. That's what we are trying to build, where we can have people who actually have the right things to actually deliver in the area of cybersecurity. Finally, currently I'm attending a course at MIT. I know, just to actually buttress some things that Lawrence talks about, that everything going and everything behaving. I'm actually doing a course in AI, and it has to do with medical. And I'm seeing, when Lawrence talked about medical information and how much people want to go and get things. And so you see, sometimes you now begin to wonder that today, you can imagine that the number of IT people who work in the health sector, from data scientists to a lot, equates the number of health staff from the analytics and others, and most importantly, security. And that's where you come. Security is in the area of finance, health, and everywhere, even with enterprises having their data in the cloud. These are many more. So thank you. And I'll give it up to Maris if there's any question, and then we could take. Thanks.
Thank you very much, Mr. Lucky. Please, I told us all to write our questions down somewhere. So it's question and answer session. If you have any question, kindly put it down on the chat box. Let's attend to you.
Yeah, I think if there are no questions, we could still as well just end the session. And I believe that I think contact information should be important because this is about the same. We are just 1 hour gone, which is supposed to be the time that the. So maybe I believe you can just take it up and give contact information so that we can have people who attend go to do some other things. Thank you.
Okay, thank you very much, everybody. So we have our details on the screen. We have our phone number, our email, and the website. Of course, if you want to see the services we offer cybersecurity training, SAP S4HANA, and artificial intelligence programs. Kindly check us out on www.texasbschool.com, where you see the expanded version of all the courses we offer. Thank you very much for attending this webinar. I hope you all had an insightful session because I did too.
Yeah,
Thank you,
I want
Tessa.
to say thank you to Ali and thank you to Lawrence and everybody. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.